So, I think it's gonna be fun to ask you these questions. Finding a good partner versus doing a PhD, which one do you think is harder? Let me know your thoughts in the bullet comments because I'm very curious to know about what's everyone's opinion. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Yahua. I'm doing a PhD at the University of Melbourne. As I'm stepping into my second year of the PhD, I thought it would be interesting to review what I did last year and also share with you how can you make the most of your first year of the PhD. This video is going to be divided into two parts. First, I'm going to talk about what I did in my first year, including some of the achievements and regrets. And then I would like to talk about some of the advice that I find it helpful. And I also want to chat about the problems of being single for people who receive higher education. I'll put a timestamp in the description box for you to check. A quick disclaimer, my experience only represents myself and I welcome everyone to share your own opinion in the comments, but I'm not saying that you should compare yourself with me or with anyone else because everyone's context is different. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. I want to begin with what I did in my first year. Firstly, I completed my PhD coursework, 4 classes in total, and then I also did a conference presentation, and then at the end of the year, I finished my confirmation of the candidature. These are all the compulsory stuff. So basically, these activities helped me to find the research gap and also helped me to make a structure of my own research. In terms of some of the non-compulsory stuff, thanks to that conference presentation, I connected with this lecturer and she was kindly inviting me to be her teaching assistant. That's why I got a chance to do my TA job. And I also have like one paper that's like accepted by the journal. It's still under review, which takes forever, but I wish it's gonna pass the final round of the review. So basically, because I was in my first year of the PhD, I didn't have much research results. So that conference presentation and that journal paper was based on my research result from my master thesis. So nothing new, and I'm still trying to develop the concepts, methodologies, and stuff in my current PhD project. In addition, I also joined like 5 or 6 conferences. That was a way for me to engage myself with the broader academic community around the world, keep myself updated with the hot topics. And I also joined a lot of like seminars and talks about PhD skills and also career development related stuff that helped me to know about like what to expect and how to make the most of my PhD. So yeah, that's basically what I did in my first year. Now it comes to what's my regret. I guess the biggest regret is probably the fact that I didn't do my ethics application as early as possible. To conduct a research, you might need an ethics approval to show that you're doing your research in an ethical way. So this ethics approval is not really hard to do, but it's a bit troublesome because you not only need to know about your research design, but you also need to fill in a lot of forms. I should have done that before Christmas, but your girl is procrastinated, so I'm working on it right now after Chinese New Year. Yeah, and then I think the second regret that I would say is about my social and networking skills. Last year, Melbourne has a lot of lockdowns and the whole working from home lifestyle just made me feel myself become a little bit isolated. So I didn't have a lot of face-to-face opportunities to talk to people or like social networking. I also want to get back those courage to talk to people. And here are the advice that I want to share with you. Firstly, for those who wants to do a PhD or is doing a PhD right now, I highly recommend you to check this article. It's a PhD, not a Nobel Prize. So basically, the idea is to tell you what makes a good PhD thesis. And I also want to cite a quote here. A PhD is a stepping stone in the research career. All you need to do is to demonstrate your capacity for independent, critical thinking. That's all you need to do. A PhD is 3 years of solid work, not a Nobel Prize. Yeah, I highly recommend everyone to check out this article because I personally feel it helps me a lot to know like what I need to do to complete this PhD thesis. The second advice, building up a system of reading, note-taking, and writing. I have made videos in related topics before on how I read the journal article, how I take notes, and what kind of softwares that I use. So please go check them out if you haven't watched them. Basically, I think if you have a good system of your workflow, which in turn will help you to develop your own system of knowledge. And I also think that can help you to find out your own original research findings. Third, engage yourself with the academic community, whether it is through attending a conference or to make friends with your fellow PhD students, or you can use social media like Twitter, Weibo, and LinkedIn to keep yourself updated with the latest information. And also subscribe to my channel. You need to know that even though you are alone in this journey, you are also not alone. Finally, the most important thing is to have a life outside of the PhD. So we all know that doing a PhD is difficult, so that's why you need to have a life to balance the hardship. Pick out different hobbies if you can, and make sure that you have friends who is not in academia. You shouldn't put your life on hold because of the PhD. And by the way, I don't really agree with the stereotypes in terms of PhD students, especially on female PhD students. Like the only thing we do is just studying, and that's all. This is not true, and some people even have the prejudice against single female PhD students as like leftover girls. For those people who judge us, I think the reason why they don't understand is because they don't have the intelligence, the diligence, or the knowledge to understand what we are doing right now. So that's why the only thing they can do is to become a keyboard warrior or to become someone who likes to talk behind someone else's back, so that judging us as a way of complaining their own pity life. But anyways, I wish the society can be kind on single women or single people in general. I personally not really worry about like singlehood or marriage because I think there's something more important to do right now. And plus, looking for a good partner is probably more difficult than doing a PhD, isn't it? Because it really depends on luck. But if you're single and you're watching this video right now, just remember that there is someone in this world who is always waiting for you. That's all for today, and I wish you enjoyed today's video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. Leave your comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the issues that we touched on today. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!